uh, for Rietveld refinement, you need to have some prior knowledge that what the system you have and what could be the possible options. Like here we have refined this powder XLD pattern using two different crystal structure of same composition. Okay, so that knowledge you need to have. Okay, that Rietveld cannot tell you, but you have to think by your own. Okay, so this thing is a prior knowledge along with the raw file and the standard zip file you need to have. So after completion of the residual refinement and by getting convincing goodness of fit and weight residual value, you have to export the entire project as full zip. For that, you have to go to export option, then entire project as full zip, and just give the name, and there you have to check where the radius of the atoms, and then the export is now. What is it? It don't take so much time. What your friend? Okay, once again I'm doing the something, some problem is there. Okay, yeah, it don't usually takes so much time. It is a quick process, so 2 second process. So what I will do, I'll close the program, and once again I will open it, because uh, up to the final refinement cycle, the project is saved. Okay, so I am taking the last file. By double clicking the refinement file in the folder, you can open the project where you have finished the refinement. Okay, so you don't have to worry about losing the data. Okay, and here it is. So now I'm exporting once again full zip, and I'm giving different name, AGNI, and you have to put the instrument name, then you have to check the bond radii and the atomic radii here. You have to provide your name, like who have done the refinement. So okay, and create safe. Yeah, so safe is now exported. So now the next part is to check the three-dimensional structure using three-dimensional visualization software like Vesta. You can use other softwares like Mercury, Diamond. Okay, whatever the is comfortable for you. Okay, so after opening the Vesta, so you have to go to File and then Open button, and you have to incorporate the zip file. Okay, so zip file I have saved here. Uh, so this is the zip file I have exported just now. So now see, look at the thing. So this is the because silver nickel has the cubic face-centered cubic crystal structure. So it is the three-dimensional visualization. You can project it on the x-axis, and silver nickel has the face or their reciprocal axis, or uh, this is the conventional three-dimensional visualization. Okay, and by going to object section, you can check the phases. Right now, it is showing the silver phase because silver phase is checked. I'm unchecking it. Okay, I'm checking the uh, this section, which is alloy phase. So there are two alloy phase. If you check two phase together, you will get a complex structure. So avoid doing that. So take only one phase. Okay. So here it is. So you can, by selecting the atom, you can change the color of the atom here. See for the color. So if I'm changing the nickel color to blue. So see, nickel is almost 95% and the 5% portion is pink. That defines the silver atom. So silver atom, I am putting it in cyan color. Okay. So this is the crystal structure. Okay, and you can measure the distance between two atom from here, like selecting the measuring distance tool between two atom. This, and you have to click at first atom, then next atom. You will get the result here, 4.08 angstrom. Or you can measure the angle between three among three atom. So first atom, second atom, and third atom. So this is the angle 45 degree. Okay, so this angle. Using this, you can multiply the unit cell. Okay, by going to the boundary section in a style, in the style window, and go to the boundary. You can increase, this is the range, x-axis. At x-axis the minimum is 0 and maximum is 1. We can change it to maximum 10 and maximum 10. Y-axis maximum, sorry, it is the silver is first you have to take see here which page you are looking at. This is the silver. So but we are looking at the this page, silver 0.05 and nickel this one. So now I'm changing x to 10. So see, it is going to change. It will show you the 10 unit cell of this thing along x-axis, a-axis and b-axis. Okay, so by this tool you can see. And if you want to draw unit cell, means you want to see the unit cell, then you have to go to property, and in unit cell, check the all unit cell. Okay, then you will find that all unit cell are now even. Okay, so by this way you can draw a two-dimensional schematic or three-dimensional, whatever it is, out of your crystal structure. Okay, you can change the color, you can make polyhedral visualization, but here no polyhedral will be there because it is a cubic structure and there are no such distance is not allowing to draw the polyhedron. Okay, in oxide system or other metal ligand is there, then if there is an octahedra or some other uh, symmetry is there, you can draw the polyhedra also. So like this way you can make the three-dimensional visualization. So for making the polyhedron other section, let me incorporate some other crystal structure, because for this silver AgNi, it has simple face-centered cubic, so drawing polyhedra is difficult. So I'm incorporating the last time what I have done, that is LC, the lanthanum cobalt oxide system. Okay, so here it is the lanthanum cobalt oxide system. If I check the polyhedral box, see the polyhedrons are coming, polyhedral visualization. You can deselect the polyhedra for lanthanum one, and you can keep the polyhedra for cobalt and oxygen. Okay, so the see cobalt oxygens are BO6, they sits at BO6 octahedra, and see the polyhedral showing it is B06 octahedral shape. Okay, so after doing this uh, structure visualization thing, you can import this structure or this figure, this picture by going to file, then export the raster image or vector image, whatever you want to have. But the raster image quality is good one. So I'm importing this and I'm saving it at desktop and extract. I can increase the resolution tool resolution by increasing the scale factor. So I'm increasing to 3. Yeah, now it is incorporated, and this is your uh, image of the three-dimensional crystal. Okay, so we for your means what is you want according to you can import or export from here. So that's all. If anyone has any question, you can tell me now. Hello.
Rahul, the CI files you choose like Ni or Ag, those are of metallic nickel or metallic silver.
Yes, those are metallic nickel and metallic silver. You can see it from here also. From go to the edit section and edit data structure parameter. Okay, there you will find about the. This is the second phase. The silver 0.5 and nickel 0.95. So these are the values of the this silver charge is 0. Okay, silver charge 0, for nickel charge is also 0. So there is no charge given in the CI file. So this you have to put during the Rietveld refinement. Okay, so in Rietveld refinement, where you have to put last time I told you that go to the phase section, then in atoms you have to, when you are incorporating the atom, here you have the different oxidation state of the element. Okay, so I have chosen the silver 0. Okay, that's why it is showing silver 0 charge here in Vesta. Okay, so actually these informations are contained in that CI file only. So those are useful during computational calculation or other type of calculation. From here, from zip file, you can also get to know about the powder density pattern, because this zip file is incorporated, and I want to know about the powder density pattern. So go to the object section. Okay, sorry, utilities section. Then check the click the powder diffraction pattern and calculate it. This is the powder density pattern which you can visualize. So we have taken up to 90. Okay, to 10 to 90. But see, it is showing the entire range according to the symmetries and other things. Because though you have taken up to in a certain range, but during refinement, it is refining for the whole crystal structure. So according to that, the XRD will generate. Okay, so this is the powder XRD pattern according to your CI file. No, this is for silver page. Okay. Yes, this is for silver one. And here the reflection list you can find also. Other questions? Moglu, is that clear?
Okay. Oh, one question more. If you would not get like metallic silver or metallic nickel phase, any of them, like in other page, CI file is available. In that case,
Yes.
how would you proceed to refine? If one of the page
Like,
is not metallic, it means one
okay,
of the CI file is not metallic CI file.
it's not metallic. Last time, means, are you telling about the different compound or in that same AGNI?
Same as AGNI. Let's say you did not find any, like here you have found that two CI file of of metallic character, but in case if there is not any of one of the metallic CI file is unavailable, then what will be the case to refine?
Okay, CI file need to be actually provide. You need to have the CI file, else you have to calculate from computational calculation and other thing. You have to generate the CI file of particular
Like
phase. Okay.
My question is you have a CI file of metallic nickel
And metallic silver.
Metallic nickel and the CI file of Ag2O or AgO instead of metallic Ag. Then
No,
in that case,
silver oxide has different crystal structure. Okay, so that will not work. Instead,
okay.
you can
Yes. My
take
question
silver in the nickel
work
side in. Okay. So that will not work. You need to have the CI file for silver only. Okay, because else you can one way you can do like nickel and silver is similar type of crystal structure. Okay, you can replace the nickel in that nickel CIF to the silver. Okay, so from there you can easily take the nickel CIF as silver CIF by replacing the nickel atom with the silver atoms. Okay, because they have the similar crystal structure and all the symmetry points are also similar in both cases.
Okay.
Yeah, Rahul.
Yes.
I wondered something in the past, and I probably forgot somehow. Suppose the same metal they are in two different oxidation states. Okay.
Yes.
Now they are not at the suppose. If they're at the same atomic positions, it will be difficult to identify. But the atomic coordinates are not the same. They're different. Suppose you have nickel 2 and let's say nickel.
Yes.
Now, if the atomic coordinates are different, will you be able to identify them in Vesta?
Vesta you can easily identify, but that is coming from the CI file. So how you refine the structure? Okay, during refinement, if you have put the different oxidation state of same element at different coordinate, then you can easily identify in the Vesta. Vesta is actually just visualizing the CI file, nothing
that
else.
Is okay.
Okay, so
that is okay. Suppose Vesta normally gives suppose one metal M1 one color and the M2 another color. Now,
yes.
whether M1 you have different oxidation state, you have to specialize that, means specifically tell that in the Rietveld analysis.
Yes.
Time.
Yes.
Different oxidation states in the Rietveld is slightly complicated, and the people cannot do that. Okay, so nickel means nickel, and it cannot be, you cannot really identify between nickel 0 and 2 plus.
Okay. Now I got it.
I am also thinking about, suppose you have spinels, let's say. You have spinels. Now, suppose if it's normal spinel, it is very simple. Like two different metals, M1, M1, M2, O4, right?
Yes.
Now, if that is actually inverse spinel. If it is inverse spinel, so part of B will go to the tetrahedral void. So in that case, can you identify and put different color to B, the B atoms, one color for those in the tetrahedral void or one color, I mean, depending on the atomic coordinates. Is it possible? I think it is not, but I'm just asking you.
Yeah, it is not possible to give the color of the same element. Okay, different color of same element is not possible in Vesta, but you can identify from that polyhedra. Like in octahedral site, you have the octahedral polyhedra. Okay, and in tetrahedral side it is
after we get the structure, we actually put an arrow and we show that. That is entirely a different thing.
no,
That is
like if like here it is, this cobalt is sitting at octahedral point, so in octahedral symmetry, so it is showing an octahedral polyhedra. If this cobalt instead of octahedral, if it would have tetrahedral, then it will show a tetrahedral polyhedra. So by that way you can distinguish. Okay, you can but you cannot change the color of same element. Okay. Yeah.
But you have there is another thing, this oxygen vacancy, like what you have done in the BPMC work, where the oxygen vacancy was showing by the Vesta from the Rietveld analysis. Maybe you are creating the cation vacancy there.
Yes.
Or you are creating anion vacancy there, and that's how it is showing like the sphere, but you are showing like like a gap.
Yes,
right?
gap. Yes.
And a gap it will be more if suppose oxygen vacancy is more, gap will be less if oxygen vacancy is less. So that way, did you say that? No, probably.
No.
Okay. That is all right. I mean, I don't want to extend it further, but that is a specific case that depends on actually the occupation number, right?
Yes, depends on occupation number.
Any other questions? No questions. People, I think, are tired. But anybody saying something? No. I just want to ask you, how many of you tried to fit a structure after the last demonstration by Rahul? Put on your mic on and let me know. I want to see. I want to know this.
I have done, sir.
Yes,
you have done.
Yes.
I also, sir.
I have tried.
Fantastic.
I actually got my laptop just yesterday, so I have not.
Huh?
My laptop wasn't working, so I got it yesterday, so I have not done anything.
But this is something that all of you should try.
Yeah.
And I don't have to say this again and again. This is for you to know. Without this, papers will not go through me. You can understand. So I definitely